So I was trying to finish up a drill beat that I was making earlier, and I thought I would show you guys how I make the drill glide bass, like the woo 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 woo.
Just that presidential head of state. Only thing I ever get about is getting paid. Rolling on the left, dreams getting cake. All my dogs at the party getting swayed.
What's up guys, my name is Tiny, I'm a music producer, songwriter, and today we're making a drill bass, so let's switch it up to the computer. So I have the beat right here, and I'm gonna pull up Massive, which is my synthesizer, my preferred synthesizer actually, to make basses, but you can use any type of synthesizer that does like these effects. But I'm gonna go into detail about every single one of them, and then tell you how I make my drill basses. So the first thing I'm gonna need is a clean slate. So I'm gonna go click on File and create a brand new sound that has nothing but just one oscillator happening. So let me just pull up the keyboard here. Very simple sound. You could harmonize, whatever, but now we're gonna get into the meat of it. So obviously this is a bass, and what we want is to go 24 semitones down. So if I click on this, we're getting somewhere. But I think for this type of bass, I want to use a sine square. It's starting to sound a little more like a bass. And then put a second oscillator on and make it either a sine square or a sine triangle. Up to you, honestly. I put a triangle and make it 12 semitones. So now if we combine both oscillators together, it creates a new sound, which is like the combined sound together, and it sounds like this. Alright, so we're getting somewhere. The next thing I'm gonna do is create some feedback with the amp, but this is not really necessary. It's just to like add on some spiciness to it. But the thing is that it's gonna add a lot of volume, so I'm not actually gonna play the sound itself. But yeah, it's gonna be like way over like 0 decibels, and it'll like probably kill my ears. So we're gonna go in the filter section here, and then we're either gonna get a scream or a low pass filter here. So honestly, it's up to you. I like the scream better, but for today's video, I'm gonna use just the low pass filter because most synthesizers have it, but I'll show you guys a second version with the scream. So if you have Massive, and you could like recreate this exact sound if you want. So bring the cutoff a little more in this direction. Like a 45-degree angle, and kind of the resonance as well in the other opposite direction for a 45-degree angle. And you should have something that's really like a bass now. So the next thing is to go into your voicing and make it monophonic. So that makes it automatically like glidey. So there's only one sound that's coming out. I can't make harmonies anymore. So even if I click on multiple notes at the same time, there's only one note that's coming out. Since we're creating a bass, that's what we want. We don't need to actually harmonize anything. So the next thing is to also go to the glide section and then adjust the glide however you want. Usually it's set in the middle, and usually I also leave it in the middle because it's a fair amount of glide. But now we could also write the bass out however we want. I'll go with the kicks here. I'm gonna copy the kicks and then add some extra bass notes to my liking. So right now the glide, actually I don't really like it, and it's not gliding to the exact speed that I want. So I'm gonna start adjusting it and getting it to the exact timing that I want. So that's starting to sound much better. Now the next little thing I'm gonna do is add a bit of overdrive on top of it. Or I'm going to show you guys another thing that you could add on top of it that could actually spice it up with some distortion as well. But first, something that everyone has is overdrive, so we'll make it kind of like universal if you have any other like DAW or whatever. So I'm going to dump the overdrive here, and we could listen to it. So I set the overdrive to be around at 368 Hertz. We're attacking the low end, obviously because it's a bass. And I put the dry wet around at 21% felt good. So if you have Ableton, I'm going to show you one little thing that you could also add to the bass It's called Vinyl Distortion. So I'm going to play it and start adjusting it, and you'll see that it's like a distortion that also makes the bass wider. So it's gonna like kind of delay the bass on the left and right speakers by just a little bit. You won't even be able to tell the difference, but it makes it sound a bit wider. And sometimes in drill, especially UK drill, they have that. I decided to put the distortion like at the beginning of the frequency range, so on like the high ends. It makes the glide sound a bit cooler, and now we have a bass and it sounds good. I'm also going to show you guys a little different version with Massive right now. Instead of using the low pass filter, I'm going to use the scream filter. So it's going to sound a bit different and a bit more interesting maybe. By swapping the low pass filter to the scream filter, I had to adjust maybe the distortion a little bit because they're not the same filters, so they just need like different types of adjustments when it comes to distortion. So there we go, 2 types of drill basses you can make. I'm sure there's like a ton more out there, but those are the ones that I typically use when I need to like do something quick in the studio and someone asks for a drill beat. I usually just whip it up like that. You can experiment more, use all kinds of filters that you want, see if there's anything out there that's even better. But that's my tips for you guys for today. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment any questions you have or what your favorite drill song is. You can check out my music in the description down below. I also mix and master music. If you want, I offer my services in the description down below. My name is Tiny, and as always, I'm signing out.